Hey, good to see you today. I'm so proud of you for choosing to seek God today. You know, sometimes as much as we believe in God and love Him and trust Him, the world around us can make it seem like He walked away. I mean, sometimes we see evil winning in such big, dramatic ways that we can feel like, God, where are you? In fact, I wonder right now in your life, is there any area, maybe it's in your health, maybe it's in a relationship, maybe it's in your family, where it just seems like, man, God, why aren't you fighting for me? Why aren't you showing up? Another area where we can feel this is the United States of America. Most of us on Daily Hope are Americans. I know some of you are in Canada and Puerto Rico, other parts of the world. But, you know, we look at our culture. It's so quickly turning away from God, and we're in this, heated presidential election season where at least half of the country feels like if the other half wins, everything's going to fall apart, and the other half feels the same way. And then there's a bunch of people in the middle who feel like, well, whichever of these two, it's probably not going to work out well. And it can just look morally, culturally like, God, where are you? Why aren't you helping? Well, I want to step out of our summaries of the books of the Bible, and I want to take you on a journey through the book of Daniel. And the reason I've chosen this is that in the book of Daniel, it looks like God's people are losing. In fact, they do lose battles and territory, and yet God had not forgotten them. God was not inactive. And as we go through a fall with all sorts of political things happening, I want you to anchor yourself in the book of Daniel, because it's going to remind you that God is still in charge, even when world events don't look like that. It's also going to remind you that you have a purpose to play in advancing the kingdom of God, and that purpose is far more significant than anything that's going on with the nations of the world, as important as that is. Now, in Daniel chapter 1, we're told this: during the third year of King Jehoiakim's reign in Judah. So this was a Jewish king, tribe of Judah, God's chosen people. During that time, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came to Jerusalem and besieged it. So you've got God's chosen people living in Israel. You've got a pagan king named Nebuchadnezzar, who his army marches in from Babylon. Verse 2, the Lord gave Nebuchadnezzar victory over Judah and permitted Nebuchadnezzar, get this, to take some of the sacred objects from the temple of God. So Nebuchadnezzar took them back to the land of Babylon and placed them in the treasure house of his God, small g, the idol that Nebuchadnezzar worshipped. So if you just looked at those two verses, you'd think, God has abandoned his people. God doesn't have a plan. But as we walk through this book, what we're going to see is that God is not threatened. God has a plan. God's going to restore his people. Not only that, God's going to use this era to give predictions of the Messiah. This was about 500 years before Jesus. And here's where I just want to encourage you right now. If you feel like, where is God in our culture, or where is God in my life, I want to encourage you this. Even when battles are lost, even when symbols that once belonged to godly people get taken away and used by ungodly people, even in the worst of circumstances, God still has a plan. And God still has a plan for you. Join me tomorrow. We'll continue through this journey.